Hi there, my name's Sean, and I want to talk about the Angry Beavers. Grab your ranger hats because today we're checking out Deranged Ranger, an episode about community, problem solving, and a power trip delusion the size of novelty bare feet slippers.
Forest citizens shall be required to walk in bare feet.
We already have bare feet.
Bare feet slippers.
We open in the woods where Ranger Phil, the local forest ranger, is explaining the life cycle of mushrooms. He opens the floor for questions, but it immediately turns into a complaint session. One critter inquires when Ranger Phil's going to fix the leak in the stream as the sound of dripping keeps him awake at night. Other complaints include the trees being too tall, the mud being too muddy, and the tree line being too green. The discourse only grows as they begin to clamor for change.
Fight the power!
Yeah! Fight the power!
Ranger Phil reminds them that this is more of a nature talk than a complaint window. He's just there to talk about the life cycles of mushrooms, but no one seems to have any interest in hearing it. He resigns himself to apathy and quits on the spot.
Never wanted to be a ranger anyway. Always wanted to be a figure skater.
Does he just, wear that out and about every day, or...? Ranger Phil wishes them luck and takes his leave. Dag insists that any halfway can do that job, but panic erupts amongst the woodland community as they wonder who exactly will step up to field their concerns. Norb sees an opportunity to have some fun with it and nominates Dag to be the halfway who replaces the forest ranger. The woodland critters unanimously nominate the new neighborhood naturalist.
Congratulations, Dag! You're our new halfway forest ranger.
Dag wastes no time diving into his new role and gets right to work. The squirrel who complained about the leaky stream gets earplugs. Dag chews down tall trees while spray painting others to remove the green hue and solve the too tall and too green issue. To solve the muddy mud issue, he removes the soft top layer of soil throughout the wooded area, leaving hard, compacted ground littered with rocks. When a woodland rabbit complains about the rocky ground being too rough for his feet, Dag covers the entire floor with reflective linoleum sheeting, which is almost immediately protested by another woodland animal over unsightly paw prints smudging the surface.
Dag, whatever you're planning, I don't know if it's such a good idea.
And then it jumps to a black and white propaganda film in support of the seemingly authoritarian Ranger Dag. The film's narrator details various new laws decreed by the delusional leader, such as no spitting, no sniffing, no shedding, no eating, and no blinking. We went from earplugs to no blinking in under a minute.
I'm watching you and not blinking.
Norbert proclaims that the film is terrible, to which one of the other animals points out to a nearby poster reading, Ranger Dag it says, no criticizing film. Having had enough of Dag shenanigans for one evening, Norb decides he's going to enjoy some radio and head home. Unfortunately for Norb, apparently listening to the radio is now against the law in Ranger Dag's forest. He appears, shaming Norb for breaking the rules and writes him a ticket. By this point, Norb has completely had it. He dismisses the ticket, the rules, and Dag's overall behavior.
I think you've lost it. All these rules, there ought to be a rule against you.
Norb decides he's going underground to form an underground resistance movement and invites the inhabitants of the forest along with him. Everyone except for Dag escapes underground to huddle and plot their next moves, while Dag is left yelling into the void about how much trouble everyone is going to be in for breaking his rules in the first place.
You're in trouble now! Come back here!
Fast forward to the day, and we follow Dag as he patrols the woodlands. He notices his Ranger Dag Says posters stapled to various trees across the woodlands have been vandalized. One poster showcases exaggerated facial hair, one depicts Dag as Frankenstein's monster, and another depicts Dag as, Mother Teresa, maybe?
Who's behind this madness?
Adding on to the prank, Norb and the woodland animals plot counters to specific rules. They paint a set of rocks to appear like a jalapeno bundt cake, causing Dag to injure himself while trying to eat it in one of those Tom and Jerry break all of your teeth kind of ways. And in another scene, they launch a massive hairball at Dag to retaliate against his no shedding law. Instead of taking the hints or backing down in the slightest though, Dag takes it as a challenge to step things up. We see in the next scene that he's decided on a brand new rule, sure to ruin whatever credibility he still has amongst the community.
No animals allowed in the forest?
Dag flat out banhammers the whole forest. All animals are out immediately. Norb points out that Dag, of course, is an animal himself, to which Dag quickly amends his rules to exclude beavers. Despite the exclusion from the ban, Norbert takes his leave as well, fed up with his brother's nonsense. Intent on maintaining law and order in his version of the forest, Dag commits himself to staying up to keep watch in order to prevent any non-beavers from accessing the woods. After a single night of staying up though, Dag is so sleep deprived that he can't see through the beaver disguises being worn by various woodland animals as they casually walk right through the lockdown territory.
Let the beavers in! Beavers are allowed! All beavers! Except Norb.
We see Norb among the woodland animals discussing the disguises and pranks that they're using to pull one over on Dag. However, some of the animals are tired of playing simple games and pranks. They're out for blood.
I'd rather fight as a squirrel than live as a beaver.
Every animal in the forest launches a full-scale attack on Dag as he sits stationed in his outpost. Birds drop eggs, squirrels throw nuts, and a random assortment of feral hogs, which I'm pretty sure have never appeared in this forest before, stack themselves to scale Dag's watchtower where the top hog belches in his face.
Okay, I'm defeated!
Norb tries his best to de-escalate the situation, calling upon the animals of the forest to show a little mercy and abandon their quest for revenge. He proclaims that if they wish to get rid of Dag, they'll have to go through him as well, which, of course, the woodland animals have no problem doing. I mean, who cares about Norb anyway? These animals just want to go back to being able to eat and blink again. Dag went from earplugs to dictator in a single afternoon, and somehow the forest's biggest unresolved issue is still a leaky stream, whatever that means. Why was Ranger Phil teaching a bunch of forest creators about the life cycle of North American mushrooms? Does he always wear the ice skates and tutu? Before the episode ends, we see the fate of the Beaver brothers as they have joined Ranger Phil on the ice rink, wearing tutus, crowns, and fairy wings as they take ice skating lessons from the former forest ranger.
It's not easy being a big talking figure skating weirdo, but you'll learn.
So what did you think of Deranged Ranger? Did Dag take things too far, or was he simply misunderstood? Let me know down below. I'm covering episodes of The Angry Beavers and Rocko's Modern Life with new content weekly. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, there's a full playlist of every Angry Beavers deep dive that I've done so far, linked in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Ouch! These rocks hurt my feet.